Ben Johnson has officially been hired as the new head coach of his former rival Chicago Bears. And today, he's going to be rebuilding his new team until he wins a Super Bowl, with a little help, of course. And this isn't just some simple little rebuild either, because Ben Johnson has some Ben Johnson themed rules that he has to follow today. Every offseason, he has to make at least one offensive addition of a player 85 overall and above. Every first round pick we make today has to be an offensive player, and every season, he has to acquire at least one former Lion. Easy work, Ben, easy work. And to be completely fair, dude, he inherits a pretty talented roster. I mean, Caleb Williams obviously underperformed a little bit his rookie season, but he still has a chance to become one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Offensive line is the #1 group that we've got to find a way to upgrade this offseason. Also need to probably get a better running back than DeAndre Swift, and on top of that, Keenan Allen's probably going to walk in free agency, so we possibly need to add another wide receiver. And defensively, we definitely have some holes too. Like, we definitely need a better outside linebacker, probably need a few better defensive ends. We got to add some pass rush to this team. But I feel like this is a team that Ben Johnson could fix here in just a couple seasons. So even though the team isn't too terrible, it doesn't make things too easy given the fact that we're in the toughest division in all of football. Hey, we need to see who wins the Super Bowl first. Not the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, not the Chiefs, not the Chiefs. Incredible start to this rebuild. The Chiefs didn't three-peat. This is going to be Benjamin though soon, I promise. Surely nobody retired as soon as they hired Ben Johnson. Mercedes, what are we doing? Oh, God, dude, yeah, Keenan Allen is not going to be a Chicago Bear next year. Absolutely no shot. At least defensively, it doesn't look like anybody regressed too much. And how much money do we have to spend this offseason? 99 mil, we take it. All right, here we go. The Ben Johnson Bears rebuild officially begins here, where we have to negotiate 17 different contracts. I'm going to be financially responsible here, though. I don't want to waste all this $100 million. Like, honestly, most of these guys can walk, to be honest with you. Yeah, dude, I can't even pronounce his name. He's not getting $1 million a year. Like, honestly, the only player I'm even interested in re-signing is Tevin Jenkins, because we can't let, like, our best offensive lineman walk. Only problem is he has no interest in re-signing, so we are gonna have to give him the big bucks here. I'll give you a fat little 4-year contract. I'll even up the salary to, like, $9.5 million per year, and I'll up the bonus to 7 mil. Hopefully this is enough. Tevin, please. Thank you. At least we got off to a good start. So yeah, all these guys can walk, and that leaves us still with 87 mil. And as we officially head into free agency, which hopefully it's a good free agent class, I do want to point out that these rules could get a little tricky. Like, I could technically add a player from the Lions that was 85 overall and above, and that cut out 2 of these challenges. That sounds a little bit too good to be true. But here we go, moment of freaking truth, dude. Please tell me this is a decent free agency. I'm not gonna lie, dude. It's kind of freaking stinky. A bunch of old folks. Now, first thing that I do notice is it's actually a very good cornerback class. Like, do I just take advantage of this and sign 2 corners and have our cornerback room locked down for the rest of this rebuild potentially? I mean, outside of Jalen Johnson, obviously, we have Tyreek Stevenson, we have Kyler Gordon, but I could potentially sign some upgrades since that's what's available in free agency, and then maybe trade these 2 to acquire that offensive player that we need. Thing is, too, corners normally come pretty cheap, so I will try to sign Carlton Davis, especially since he's a scheme fit. Probably not to a super long contract or anything, probably like 3-year deal potentially, or tie with 2 other squads. What about for Asante Samuel? He's a nice young 25-year-old corner. Maybe a fat little 5-year deal, and I'll even up the money a little bit. Hopefully with the #1 team with that offer, and we are. But hopefully we can end up landing both these guys and go shop those other corners. And wait, I didn't even think about it, dude. Carlton Davis is a free agent from the Lions. So that means if we sign him here, that's our one former Lion that we acquired for the offseason. Like, what else can we do here, though? Like, none of these running backs I'm really interested in. Like, maybe we trade for a better running back. Like, I don't think any of these receivers are going to be a Keenan Allen replacement. Like, I'm not giving money to 31-year-old Amari Cooper. It's just not happening. I mean, keep in mind, we do need to acquire a player that's 85 overall and above, so maybe we go after one of these offensive linemen. Funny enough, Kevin Zeitler, also a free agent from the Lions. So I might actually end up signing 2 former Lions in this first offseason. I'm just going to give him exactly what he's asking for. I even made it a 2-year deal for him. And we're his only offer. We still have $50 million to spend, but like on what? right. I could sign Ryan Kelly here to be a short-term option at center. Probably just gonna give him a one-year deal, hopefully get somebody better long-term next offseason. I do need a quality defensive end, but there's just like really nobody I want in free agency. I mean, given the class, like I'm just kind of looking at a bunch of short-term options. Like at right end, do I bring in Hassan Reddick and hopefully he could revert back to his prime? I'm not giving you a 2-year deal. You'll be lucky to get 1 year from me. We're the only team offering them. I'll also need help at outside linebacker like Khalil Mack. Do I bring him back to the Chicago Bears? And this could be where he retires. I mean, that would really use up the rest of our money, but I wouldn't mind bringing Khalil Mack back to Chicago. And would you look at who's trying to fight us for him? I would like to say I want to try to make that not happen, but I don't think we'll be able to afford it. Can up the offer just a little bit though, and hopefully that's enough. Outside of that though, dude, I really don't know who else to try and sign. Like maybe a stopgap at defensive tackle. Like, can I even afford a guy like Tershawn Wharton? We might as well try it. Probably not gonna sign him to retire with like 50 other teams. This is who we have offered so far, dude. Like, I want to land at least like maybe 5 of them. I mean, signing Kevin Zeitler alone would cross out 2 of our 3 off-season challenges. But I really do want both Carlton Davis and Asante Samuel, dude. I mean, the dream is to sign all 7, but that's probably not gonna happen. But we'll submit these offers into the universe, and we got 3 of them. But most importantly, one of those 3, Kevin Zeitler. Which with this, all we have to do now is draft an offensive player with our first-round pick, and we're golden. I'm actually really glad too we got Khalil Mack and Asante Samuel. Where do our other targets go? Like Hassan Reddick, he hasn't decided yet. He's indecisive, as we've seen. Carlton Davis went to Los Angeles. Ryan Kelly went to the Vikings, which means we do need a center. And Tershawn went to Denver. Didn't want you anyway. And talk about a 1-year stopgap. Like, do I sign Bobby Wagner? Like, the Commanders signed him to a 1-year deal, and they went to the freaking conference championships. Like, maybe it's just a good luck charm. Brings that leadership. I'll give him an offer, see what happens. I know I still have $25 million left over, but I'm not going to spend it and waste it. Why do the Rams want him so bad? So I'm not going to lie, I don't think I have the means to really make this happen. I'm not going to give Bobby Wagner $20 million a season. It's just not happening. But hey, that offer I just sent was good enough to tie us with the Rams offer. So let's see if we can sign him. If we don't, it's no big deal. And we got him! About Hassan Reddick, we got him too. So not a shabby first free agency, although the downside is really only one of these guys is going to be a long-term starter for us. The rest of these guys are probably going to walk after this season, and I'll just free up a lot of money for next offseason. It does mean, though, one of Kyler Gordon or Tyreek Stevenson's probably going to get traded. And I wish I could trade away Montez Sweat too, dude. He's not worth the, like, what, $20 million, $30 million a season he's getting? Yeah, and we're locked in for a while, so we're going to have to deal with them. But from here, our sights are now going to be set on the NFL draft. And don't worry, after the draft, I'm still going to try to make a few trades, make this team as good as possible next year, and hopefully not come in last place again. And obviously, rules are rules, and we have to go with an offensive player in the first round. Which I don't know, one of these receivers, McMillan or Luther Burden, will probably fall to us, as will probably Kelvin Banks. Also, Ashton Jeanty could fall to us, and we do need ourselves a superstar running back. And I'd love to get one of these beast tight ends too, which we could trade Cole Kmet and get away from his contract. We'll have to see. There's a bunch of different options where we could go towards. Just keep in mind, we still need offensive line. We need a center. I mean, I'd love to get a premier tackle. Need another receiver. Need a really good running back. A lot of holes on defense too. Probably need a better D tackle. Probably need a long-term option at defensive end. I mean, we could go a bunch of ways here, but hopefully I just don't screw things up. We have the 10th pick. I do want to see who goes number 1 here. Hey, as a Titans fan, I'll gladly take it. Screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and simulate to our pick and see who gets taken before us. Do we get sniped by anybody? Oh, McMillan just went. Wait. Hold on a second. Why did Curtis Rourke go number 2 ahead of Shedeur Sanders? That's insane. Now, what the heck do I do here? Could go ahead and take Luther Burden. Could take an offensive lineman. I mean, even offensive line wouldn't be too shabby here. Or do I trade down and, like, maybe get Ashton Jeanty? Let me see what trade offers are out there, boys. I mean, if I trade back, I don't want to trade back any further than, like, maybe 14 or so. The Falcons are only offering me a 5th and 2 7s to trade back 5 spots. Like, what are you talking about? Bunch of weirdos. Like, what are these offers? A 6th and a 7th to move back 4 spots in the first round? Like, are you on crack cocaine? Like, what if I manually tried to trade back a few spots? Like, would the Dolphins give me a 2nd? No, but it's actually pretty close. So what if we did actually trade back with the Colts to 14 instead? Declined again. Oh, I forgot. We already have 2 second-round picks. So, like, do I even bother? I have a ton of 6th-round picks, too. Like, I already told you guys, I was willing to go ahead and trade away Tyreek Stevenson. So let's see if this is enough to pick up an extra 2nd-round pick, and it's not. So I might as well just stand pat and see what we can get. So since I'm actually going to make this pick, I got to figure out what the heck to do. Like Luther Burden, Kelvin Banks, like we need offensive line bad. This could also be my one chance to get an all-pro running back. Or do I just make sure I go ahead and get a wide receiver so I don't have to pay one the next few years? Because DJ Moore's under contract, Roma Dunze is going to be under contract for another 3 seasons, and he'll be on his rookie contract. Luther Burden, are you going to be the pick, brother? I mean, he looks good. We're going to make the pick. Luther Burden, don't be a mistake. He's the 9th best player in the class. We got him at 10. A+ pick. Oh, man, if I traded back to the Colts, I could have still got Genty. They went Tyler Warren, which is actually a really good pick for him. Just curious to see where the heck does Genty go here. Oh, my gosh. Genty fell all the way past 20. Oh, my gosh. He can go in the first round. Fall to me here in the freaking second. There's no way Ashton Genty's going to fall this far in real life. Like, do I try and freaking trade up for him? Like, he's not going to go to the Rams. Like, they have Kyron Williams. They went Cameron Williams. That's kind of funny. He's not going to go to Baltimore because they have Derrick Henry. They went offensive guard. He's obviously not going to go to the Lions either. Do I try and trade up for Ashton Genty here? I never expected him to fall this far, but I mean, that would be amazing. They could very easily go with them here because all they have is Brian Robinson. Now, what would it take to trade up from 40? That's like 11 spots. Let's see, Tyreek Stevenson. Like I said, we don't really need him. I mean, it's getting close. Getting close. How about any other players we don't necessarily need? Maybe DeMarcus Walker. How close is this? Very. We have 3 6th-round picks. What if we used one of them? I don't think that budged at all, unfortunately. All else I'm willing to do, honestly, is like maybe a 4th from next year. But if this is not the case, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's declined again. I think he's going to get taken here. Well, unfortunately, the freaking draft board disappeared, so I won't know if he got taken or not. Washington goes with, ooh, Matthew Golden. Is Ashton Genty really about to fall out of the first round? I've never seen that in my life. Am I drunk? Am I missing his name somewhere? The Chiefs have Pacheco, so they're probably not going to go running back. They go Derek Harmon. The Eagles, they have Saquon Barkley. They're not going to go Ashton Genty. They go Trey Harris. I mean, he's by far the #1 player still on the board. I gotta try. I gotta find a way to make this happen. Maybe now it won't be so difficult if I can trade up with my Titans here. But if now I shift on Tyreek Stevenson, I mean, it's close. I mean, I feel like we should be able to throw in a few stinkers and this trade be golden. Now, screw that. Let me just instead put in, the 69 rated left-in Dominique Robinson. Is this enough? Yes, it is! Oh my gosh, dude. How on planet Earth are we about to go and freaking land Ashton Genty? Which means we can trade away DeAndre Swift, maybe get something good in return after this. Maybe he's just not as good as what I thought. Like, he's got to be a decent rated player. Ashton Genty, the 3rd ranked player. We got him at 33. How on planet Earth did 20+ teams pass up on him at the end of the first round? Oh my gosh, boys, things just got super serious. Now, don't forget, we still have another freaking 2nd round pick here. Now, call me crazy. I'm probably actually going to go a little bit outside the box. We do need center really bad. I don't know if Jake Majors is any good in this class. But I know Xavier Watts is an absolute monster, and we do need a long-term option at the free safety position because Kevin Byard is going to retire any season now. I think Xavier Watts is literally a future all-pro. He's going to be the pick. Hopefully it's the right pick. 26th ranked player, and we got him at 40. Hidden development as well. Not the fastest free safety in the world, but he's got a hit power. We take it. Now let's see if we can pick up another stud here with our 3rd round pick. So I think I'm actually thinking about going offensive line here. Cornelius out of Oregon here is like the only offensive lineman I feel like is even left that's worth drafting. I mean, he looks good. All of his like important stats are A's, B's, so I think he's going to be the pick here. We could move him to guard if we needed to. Let's see. Cornelius, don't be a stinker. He comes in. Oh, a stinker. That's hidden development though, so it's still not a complete L, but definitely not the best pick we've made so far, which unfortunately now we don't get to pick again until the 5th round. Actually, a lot of good wide receivers in this class, so I'm kind of tempted to take a 2nd, but I don't think I am. I think I'm going to go defensive end here, and I don't know if I want to go Jared Ivey or if I want to go defensive end out of Boise State here. I mean, he's the only right end left that's even worth considering drafting here. Was really good for Boise State in their playoff run this year. Has A block, shed and B finesse, B power move. Was the strongest defensive end of the combine, and we know strength is huge when it comes to calculating a defensive lineman's overall in Madden, so I think Ahmad is going to be the pick here. And he comes in as the 117th ranked player. Got him 138. Can't be mad at that. And he also comes in with hidden dev. Oh, hitting on a hidden dev player in the freaking 5th round is massive, dudes. Now, let's see if we can go hit on our, 7th, 6th round picks that we have upcoming. So I might as well take another shot on one of these wide receivers. But the question is, which one? Tez Johnson's stats suck. But I know he's freaking so fast. He has everything. Boy, he runs a 4.26 40-yard dash at his freaking college pro day. And we all know speed is huge when it comes to wide receivers overalls. Oh, that looks so bad, though. I'm going to do it. Tez Johnson, don't be a stinker. Don't be a stinker. Hey, 116th ranked player. Also with hidden dev at 96 speed. I told you guys it was worth it. I can't believe I'm still hitting on hidden dev players here in the 6th round. This has been one of the best drafts. And as long as the overalls are okay that I've gotten so far, this has been one of the best drafts I've done in a long time. We still have 2 more 6th round picks upcoming here. Might honestly go wide receiver again, dude, because there's like so many good ones. We do need wide receiver depth. Now here's a question. Do I use one of these picks on one of these centers that are remaining? Like Jonah Monheim out of USC is the only projected drafted center left. I do have to say, him and Cooper Mays here out of Tennessee have a bunch of, like this guy, Cooper Mays, has a bunch of A's. I mean, he looks like the most athletic center in the combine. His awareness sucks, but he's a really good pass blocker. I mean, let's compare him to Jonah here and see what it's looking like. He's the strongest center. He's one of the fastest. Doesn't have as many A's though. That's tough. Like, do I draft both of them? Let me do that actually. Which one is more likely to be drafted first? Probably the guy that's projected to be drafted. I mean, center is like one of my biggest needs left. So Jonah, you're gonna be the pick here. Why is Roger out here still announcing picks in the freaking 6th round? Oh my god, he's a complete stinker. That sucks. He has hidden dev again though. Okay, like there's so many hidden dev players in this draft class. I did not expect that at all. Surely the other center's still sitting here, right? Cooper Mays, be better please. I think he's probably gonna be the better overall player more than likely. Just kidding. I don't understand, he has so many A's. Our first normal dev player to do. Cooper, you were the biggest mistake of my life. We have one final pick in this draft before we get our first real season with Ben Johnson. I'm probably just gonna go receiver again since it's such a deep receiver class. Does it have like the top talent like we have in the last few drafts? But there's a bunch of like mid to late round guys I could see being good contributors in the NFL. And the receivers I really like, I don't know how good they're in this draft class. Torrey Horton solid, Pat Bryant solid, Tyron Lacey killed somebody, so that's a nope. I just can go with the one that had the best combine. Looks like that's probably gonna be Torrey Horton out of Colorado State. I mean, he's relatively fast, probably like 90-ish speed or so. Some decent route running in there. Why not go ahead and take him as a second receiver of the draft? And he comes in as the 122nd ranked player. Another player in the 7th round with hidden depth. I don't think I saw any of those other wide receivers get drafted. Now, moment of truth, boys. What were those overalls? Okay, I mean, not the most insane class, especially considering everybody but one of these players had hidden dev. What, a 77 rated receiver in Luther Burden is incredible. Ashton Genty, first pick in the 2nd round, 80 overall. That is insane. Xavier Watts at a 75. This could be our long-term free safety. And we got some low 70s in the mid-rounds, which is, I mean, definitely a dub. Before I do anything else, I want to see if any undrafted free agents fell through the cracks here. Yeah, Jalen Noel out of Iowa State just sitting here with his star development. I mean, why the heck not? There's a 68 rated undrafted free agent cornerback, and our cornerback room's already pretty deep, but I mean, why not take a shot on him? We definitely need more depth at running back, and this guy from Delaware, Marcus Yarns, I'm gonna be able to watch him at the Senior Bowl this upcoming week. I know he has some talent on him. He doesn't have star dev or anything, but he could provide some decent depth for us. And I already know I need tight end depth, and Taysom Hill, he's just sitting there, dude. It's Taysom Hill. He's a special player, special guy, so why not just add that aura to our roster? I still think I need another tight end. I'm gonna go with Gerald Everett because he's a former Brown, he's a scheme fit, and we went to the same college. So welcome, Gerald. So this is what the old roster's looking like. Not too shabby. When did Kevin Zeitler go up to an 87 overall? How did that happen? He upgraded this week. I mean, I'm not complaining. I guess he's happy to be here. Now, obviously, the one glaring need here is the center position, and I'm wondering if we go ahead and get rid of DeAndre Swift and potentially use him to upgrade that position. And while we can still get some value for him, dude, I'm wondering if we should just go ahead and trade away Kevin Byard while he's still a superstar because he is going to get worse and worse every offseason. He's still a superstar, so he probably has a lot of value still to him. That would allow for the young Xavier Watts to take over as the starter year one. I think this guy has a chance to be an absolute freaking menace. So I just go ahead and trade away Son Reddick so this youngster from Boise State can get some playing time. He's a 70 overall as a rookie, has hidden depth, so let's get him some snaps. Just curious, if I send this out there into the universe, what can we potentially get in return? An 84 rated right tackle isn't terrible. Jerry Jeudy, Joey Bosa. Okay, so we're getting some decent players in return. Hufanga from the 49ers is actually incredible value. Breece Hall from the Jets, Rashawn Gary, Akeem Ekwonu, Jordan Addison from the Vikings. We don't need receiver though. So I think we might be able to bring in a pretty quality center. There's a chance we could bring in Tyler Lindenbaum, one of the best centers in the entire league from the Ravens. But unfortunately, they can't really afford him, so I'm gonna have to throw in somebody else that kind of gets him over the salary cap. This guy, Malik Ham, sucks. We'll submit it through, and you see it's a little bit more than halfway to being accepted. So, like, does that mean I could trade away, like, a future second-round pick, potentially? Like, is this enough? No, it's not. What about a second-round pick from this year? Still not enough. But out of all the teams I've looked at, dude, this is by far our best option. So, if we can get an all-pro center, takes a few draft picks, I feel like it would 100% be worth it. So what if we threw in a few future 6th-round picks? I don't even think it budged, to be honest with you. How about we make those a few future 5ths? Please be enough. Gosh, dang it. So what if instead we made that one future 4th-round pick? Come on now. Surely, right? Surely. It's about freaking time. We just brought in one of the best starting centers in the National Football League. Think this team is looking good, boys. This team's looking good. I do need depth at free safety, though, and Micah Hyde would be perfect here because he's a mentor, and he could be a mentor to old Xavier Watts. Maybe he could help his progression a little bit. And can we find a mentor at the running back position? Is Kareem Hunt a mentor? Raheem Mostert is, so we'll take him, add him to the running back room. Hopefully can help with Ashton Genty's progression. I also could use a mentor at wide receiver if we could find one. Tim Patrick is not. Surely Bobby Woods is a mentor, right? He is, so we'll add him to the roster. I'm telling you, all this is going to be worth it in the end, boys. Every move we're making is going to be huge for this team's future. Oh, I love a mentor at the right end position too, which Jonathan Hankins is, so we can help out that young right end we just drafted who's going to start for us. And last but not least, before we finally get this season going, dude, I want a mentor at the quarterback position. And I'm assuming Derek Carr is probably the best bet. Derek Carr, Ben Johnson welcomes you to Chicago. I'm actually sitting here in free agency after cut week, and Keenan Allen is sitting there in free agency. And for some reason, the computer released Bobby Woods. So why not bring Keenan Allen on the cheap back to Chicago to be a mentor to young receivers? So finally, I believe this is the team we go into the season with. The offensive line, much improved. The additions of Tyler Lindenbaum and Kevin Zeitler. Wide receiver room, a good mix of young, but with a veteran presence. And I think the defense should be much improved this season. It really depends on how some of these youngsters can develop. And the thing is, too, we're going to have a lot of players we have to replace. Bobby Wagner, Khalil Mack next season. Same thing with Kevin Zeitler. Hopefully, we can make it count this season. Although we have a lot of young players in our team still, I'm just hoping we don't come in last place again. Hopefully, we can push for a playoff spot, even though we're in by far the toughest division in all football. God, dude, so unfortunate. We go 9-8, but just miss out on the playoffs. We literally lost a freaking tiebreaker, dude. God, you gotta be kidding me. Literally in the toughest division of all of football. I mean, it would have helped, you know, if we didn't start the season freaking 1-5. Hit a really good stride, 4-game winning streak. We won, what, like 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 8 games. And unfortunately, ended the season freaking 1-2. And if we just won one of those games, dude, we would have made the playoffs. I mean, you love to see the improvement, dude, but still, this is frustrating. Let's see. At least our offense was solid, almost top 5 in the NFL. Defensively, that's where we sucked. Caleb Williams with a pretty solid season number 2. I mean, 18 interceptions is maybe a few more than what we would have liked for, but you can't be mad at 4,600 yards and 40 touchdowns. Now, on the ground, ooh, Genty Ginty, not necessarily as good as what we expected, but I mean, averaged 4.6 yards per carry, so maybe if he just had more carries, he could eclipse 1,000 yards. So actually, it's not too bad of a rookie season. Now, through the air, Luther Burden led the squad as a rookie. 1,300 yards, 15 touchdowns. DJ Moore had 1,000 of his own, 12 touchdowns. Roma Dunze almost had 1,000 yards himself, although he only had 3 touchdowns. Cole Kmet, great season. Ginty, really good season through the air, so easily had, what, like 1,300 yards total? Both our tackles giving up way too many sacks, dude. We gotta trim that down. We might have to just sign or trade for a better offensive tackle. Good job, though, from our 2 newly acquired offensive linemen. Only allowed 7 sacks between the 2. Now, defensively, had TJ Edwards lead us in total tackles. Xavier Watts, a rookie in second, had 2 sacks as well. Then we have Montez Sweat with 12 sacks. Khalil Mack with 11.5. Look at our young rookie dude, Ahmad Hussein, with 9 sacks on the year. That might have very easily been enough to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. What is he up to? A 76 overall star development? Like, we might have got ourselves a freaking gem. I mean, what was he? A 5th round draft pick? He might end up being the best draft pick we made. Hey, you love to see Caleb Williams getting some MVP love. Ben Johnson took the Bears from freaking 5 to 9 wins. Didn't get a single Coach of the Year vote. Would you look at Luther Burden, dude, as a rookie? 4th in Offensive Player of the Year voting. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. We did have Montez Sweat come in the top 10 here. And to believe I was complaining about his contract. Now, what I'm most interested in, Offensive Rookie of the Year, of course, it goes to Luther Burden. Ashton Ginty in second, so that's a good sign for the future. And defensively, all goes to James Pierce. We had Hussein and Xavier Watts coming 4th and 5th. What a class, though, to literally have the Offensive Rookie of the Year number 1 and 2, and to have 2 defensive rookies come in the top 10. So no, Ben Johnson didn't make the playoffs his first season as head coach, but his team has a bright future ahead of him. So in one season under Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams went from a 75 to an 84. Ashton Ginty all the way up to an 85 already. What is Luther Burden? He is also already up to a freaking 84. And dude, Xavier Watts is already up to an 81. So I think we made the right decision with Kevin Byard. I mean, the squad already up to an 86 overall with an 87 offense, 85 defense. I mean, you give Ben Johnson and yours truly one more offseason together, and I'm telling you guys, this team could compete for a Super Bowl next season. Hold on, Luther Burden unlocked something. What do you unlock? A superstar. Let's go. Did anybody else's dev trade increase? Oh yeah, Caleb Williams now up to a superstar. That is huge for his development. Like, have one more season like he did this year, and he could be a 90 by the end of his 3rd season. Don't think we had anybody change defensively, though, unfortunately. Did we have anybody retire on us? Yep, Taysom Hill, Bobby Wagner, and Khalil Mack. So we're gonna have to replace Khalil Mack, get somebody that can get some sacks next year. Wait, who won the Super Bowl? Josh Allen finally did. How would you look at that? He finally beat the Chiefs. Brother, we have another $90 million to spend this offseason. 18-player contracts we have to negotiate, though. Some big ones, too, dude. Some big ones. Jaquan Brisker, absolutely bringing him back. Probably on a little 4-year deal. Hopefully this is enough. Surely it is. One of the leaders of our defense is officially returning. Now, Darnell Wright, I am going to accept his 5th-year option. Kyler Gordon, what do I do with him? He's not asking for way too much money. I'm not going to give him anything too crazy, though. I'll up a little bit if he decides to go into free agency. I won't be too mad at him. Hey, made it simple on us. Brings our salary cap down to 70 mil. Now, this is where we have ourselves a little bit of a predicament. Braxton Jones and TJ Edwards. Braxton Jones, our left tackle, but he's only an 80 overall at the age of 27. Like, he's not going to get much better. Now, the thing is, I don't know if there's going to be a good left tackle in free agency, but I'd rather give him big money than re-sign Braxton Jones for like a $10 million a year cap hit. Now, same thing with TJ Edwards. He's only 82 overall. He's really interested in rejoining, though, but he's 30 years old, so he's going to get worse and worse every season now. So, like, I'm wondering if I let these 2 guys walk and go into free agency, and if there's no better options, I just re-sign them. Yeah, I think the rest of these guys can walk. Hopefully, that wasn't a huge mistake, though. I'm really hoping this is a big free agency class and we can sign some sort of all-pro offensive lineman. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Like, Mark Andrews. I'm not going to sign him, although he's very interested. At the right outside linebacker position, we have TJ Edwards that we could re-sign, or we have Odafe Owe, who's a lot younger, higher overall, super interested in joining, so he could be our long-term option in the right outside linebacker position, which we're currently tied with a bunch of other teams, so if I want him, I'm going to have to up the offer. What's the difference difference. About 3-4 mil a year in cap hit, and he's gonna go down. He's probably like an 80 overall, maybe a 79 next year. So yes, we go after Odafe. I'll up it a bit though, and hopefully that puts me above the other offers. We're number 1 on his board now. I don't think I bring back Braxton Jones. Let me give Tyron Smith a 1-year deal. So I'm still going to be searching for that long-term option at left tackle. Maybe draft a tackle this year. So let's see if this is enough to bring in Tyron Smith. Where's only offer, so hopefully that's enough. Now, am I going to be able to replace Khalil Mack? That's the big question. Malcolm Rodrigo is there. Ooh, he wouldn't be a terrible option. You know what this is? This will be our former Detroit Lion. Odafe Owe on the right side, Malcolm Rodriguez on the left side. I don't mind this at all. We're tied with everybody else, so I am going to have to up my offer just a little bit. I'll give him a 4-year deal instead. Hopefully that's enough. Oh yeah, we should be able to land him here. Now the only thing, if this is all who I sign, I'm not going to have the 85-year-old player that we need. The problem is like signing guys for depth purposes out of an off-season free agency, they just ask for too much. So I'm better suited just waiting until the start of the preseason. That's unless I'm signing guys on 1-year deals, but like, there's just no point in sounding like a Ryan Ramczyk on a 1-year deal when I already have Darnell Wright. Now I do need a defensive tackle number 2. Javon Hargrave could be solid. He's going to cost a lot, but again, it's not a 1-year deal. Who cares? I do need some backup at the middle linebacker position. A Kobe Dean, maybe we can get the best out of him. A little 3-year deal. So ideally, we get all 5 of these guys. Most importantly, we need Tyron Smith bad. We need Rodrigo for Ben Johnson's challenge bad. We need Odafe Owe to replace Khalil Mack. Come on, please. Let's go 5 for 5 here. Come on. Oh, so we only got Rodrigo and we got Javon Hargrave. Oh, no. And Tyron Smith hasn't even signed either. Okay, we have absolutely got to up this offer for Tyron Smith. Like, we have the money left over now, so we got to make sure it's a 5-star offer. Absolutely got to. So we should be good on him now. Where did Owe go? The Falcons? Are you kidding me? That's huge. So that means absolutely, we got to bring in TJ Edwards. Now, I only want to do it on like a cheap little 2-year deal. Hopefully, he doesn't want 3 years. God dang it, dude. We're tied with other teams. We cannot afford to lose out on TJ Edwards or we're gonna be screwed. But I want to just give him a 2-year deal, and this is such an overpay. This is such an overpay. I would have just rather got Odafe Owe, dude. Man, we're still tied with the other teams. Do I have to give him the 3-year deal? Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad, dude. So we're leading for TJ. We gave him his freaking 3-year deal. Probably like a 77 overall by the end of it, but like I had to. I freaking had to. It's an absolute must that we land these 2. They both sign, and thankfully got both of them. Oh my gosh. So not the best free agency in the world, but not terrible either. I really don't think there's anybody else out there I'm interested in. We still have to pick up an 85+ overall offensive player though. So we're gonna go ahead and start the draft here, and depending on who we pick, we'll see what 85+ overall player we need to go after before the season starts. I don't even know what pick we have, to be honest with you. We got pick 18. Now keep in mind, I have to draft an offensive player in the first round, so I think I would 100% go after offensive line, but which offensive lineman is the big question? Probably gonna be one of these guys in this range that are gonna be available, so again, I'll just take the one I think's the best. We need some decent wide receivers in this class, but I don't think we're gonna need a wide receiver for a while. Also, it's a terrible tight end class, so I probably won't be taking a tight end unless it's the later rounds. So definitely the goal is go after one of these offensive linemen. Just curious, who's the number 1 pick? Peter Woods! Alright, so go ahead and skip to my pick. Hopefully some of the good offensive linemen are still there, which it kind of sucks I have to go offense because I feel like this is more of a defensive draft. That's what Ben Johnson wanted, because like Caleb Downs is sitting here. Like I could use him somewhere. I'm sure he's one of the highest rated players this entire draft, but I can't take him. I have to take either Francis Spencer, Caden Green, Ernest Green, or Caden Proctor out of Alabama, who I know is an absolute monster. I don't know why he's sitting down there at 23. I probably need a long-term left tackle, and Caden Proctor is number 1 on the board, and he looks like an absolute freaking monster. Hold on a second. Getting to the combine, but he had 45 reps of the bench press. What in the world? He's so slow. He's a very, very slow tackle, but like the most athletic. Well, what in the world? It's gonna be very, very hard for me not to take this guy. Very freaking difficult, especially since he's at a position that we're gonna need long term. This tackle out of Miami is like the 10th player on the board, but he's a little bit more athletic, like faster, not as strong though. Also has some A core attributes, but as we all know, like strength is correlated heavily to overall with offensive linemen in this game. So right now I'm leaning towards Caden Proctor. Now we do also need a long-term option at offensive guard, and Ernest Green is the best one available at right guard. 39 reps the bench press. He also looks like quite the beast. Oh no, he has a bunch of A's as well. What do we do? I think I just go left tackle. Like left tackle, the most premium position on the offensive line. Caden Proctor sitting there at 6'7", 370 pounds. Please don't be the wrong pick. Please don't be the wrong pick. Please don't be the wrong pick. It was a good pick. Ranked 13th in true value. Got him at 18. I'm assuming he also has hidden dev. He has 97 strength as a rookie. I mean, I guess it makes sense since he's 370 pounds. So we get our offensive player in the first round. I think this guy's going to be our long-term option at offensive tackle. But unfortunately, since we traded for Tyler Lindenbaum, I don't pick again here until the freaking third round. Also need a long-term option at right guard, and this is the only guy that even looks close like to be worth drafting here. I mean, relatively athletic for an offensive guard, has some B's and C's thrown in there. Now at right tackle, there's another massive Alabama lineman, Elijah Pritchett, 6'6", like 330 pounds. Now his combine performance wasn't nearly as good. His bench press is actually really low for a freaking like 330 pound guy. Has a lot of A's thrown in there, but again, strength is important, so I think I'm gonna go with the offensive guard. Hopefully Giovanni El Hadi can be our long-term option at the right guard position, and he comes in as the 60th ranked player. And he has hidden dev too, so not too shabby of a little draft pick here. Now here in the fourth round, I'm looking just for best player available, and this isn't basketball, but Chris Paul Jr. looks decent. But then you go look, he ran a 4.44 40-yard dash at middle linebacker. That's at least like 90, maybe 91, 92 speed. And again, speed is pretty important when it comes to overall. So Chris Paul is going to be the pick. Roger's still here grinding in the fourth round. What you got for me? 41st ranked player. Got him at 114. Another hidden dev player. He does have 91 speed, 91 excel. Another absolute banger of a draft pick here from Benjamin Johnson. Now this draft class is just so freaking thin, dude. I might try to take a defensive tackle here, but if they all suck, I might just literally trade all my draft picks away. I'm really gonna draft the strongest, Denzel Lowry out of Old Dominion. He's probably gonna be so bad, dude. What's the point? Do I do this? Oh man, it's just a 5th round pick. Taking a flyer on him. Oh my, that might be the worst pick I have ever made in the history of my channel. Oh my god, dude, he's probably like a freaking 60 overall. Might be a 50. Yeah, dude, the talent in this draft class is just not good. Not good. We're just gonna trade the rest of our picks away. Hey, so the Eagles are gonna give me a 2027 5th round pick for my 6. We take that. And the Colts are gonna give me a 2027 6 for my 7th. So we take that. Let's check out old Ben Johnson's 2nd draft class as a head coach. He's going to come in, only 4 players drafted, but Caden Proctor, a 77. That right guard, a 72. Chris Paul, 74 in the 4th round's a banger, but this guy sucked. Good awareness, though. So looking at the team now, coming in at an 85 overall, 87 offense, 84 defense, but I still have to add an offensive player over 85 rated. Now, I'm wondering, do I try to bring in an 85 plus overall offensive lineman, or do I go ahead and try and get another receiver? Because DJ Moore is starting to go down and down in overall. So like maybe I could trade him away and possibly get a better long-term option at the right guard position. Defense has some holes too, but we can deal with that later. First, there is an 83 overall undrafted free agent punter sitting there. Brett Thorson, star development. I'm gonna sign him and get rid of my punter. And also, there's a 73 overall undrafted free agent rookie wide receiver Noah Robinson. I don't mind if I do. Welcome to Chicago. 88 rated undrafted free agent strong safety. We could use some strong safety depth, Bobby. Now let's go see if we can do something wild. DJ Moore has a $28 million cap hit. That's insane. If we also got rid of Kevin Zeitler at the same time, I really feel like we could get one of the best freaking offensive guards in the league. And as I'm scrolling here, dude, Ernest Green, the other offensive lineman we were looking at, was a 78 overall. So a little bit higher overall than Caden Proctor. So I'm not too mad at it, but I would like to get the higher rated. So we're about to get an even higher rated than him. I want to look for like a 94. Is that even possible? Yeah, dude, not even close. Honestly, the more I look, the best bet is probably Landon Dickerson. Oh, do I pull this trigger, man? Like, I need a long-term option at right guard. Landon, please. It's declined. Hold on a freaking second. We might be on to something. I know this doesn't look incredible off the get-go, but Joe Alt could be a long-term option on our offensive line. I did not expect this to be so close to being accepted. Only problem is I can't throw in Kevin Zeitler because the Chargers can't afford it. So let me get creative with this and see what the heck I can pull off. I'm just gonna take some draft picks. I mean, that's all there is to it. What about literally all my late picks? Is that enough? Bring in Joe Alt? No, it's not. How about a future third? Still not accepted. What about Roschon Johnson, the running back position? It's accepted. I think this is an incredible trade, actually, for a wide receiver that is starting to hit his decline and a right tackle who has not even hit his prime yet. So Ben Johnson got everything done. Now I need to figure out what the heck to do now. Like, do I just let Darnell Wright be our long-term right guard and trade away Kevin Zeitler before he retires, get something for him? Let's see if we can use him to get a decent wide receiver 3. Fellas, I'm about to do something so insane. For some reason, Marvin Harrison has only progressed up to an 81, and there is a small chance I can bring him in. Like, I've tried to bring in so many other little bit higher rated players. It's just not possible. But look at this. When I try to trade them Kevin Zeitler, it's in the yellow. So we have a chance here to pull off an absolute blockbuster. I don't know when we got Andre Yoshivas, but hey, we'll throw him in the deal. Unfortunately, we don't have much depth that we can trade away. So it might very well take a draft pick or two. How about this? There's just no way. There is just no freaking way. Oh my gosh, I'm in absolute freaking shock. We just traded for Marvin Harrison Jr. and he is now our wide receiver 3. Thing is, he's not really a scheme fit for us. I mean, he's close enough. Maybe he just needed to freaking change his scenery. I don't know. Now, with a little change in the offensive line, aside from needing to sign some depth, dude, I think this team is ready to freaking roll. They were going to bring in Teddy Bridgewater to be Caleb Williams' mentor. It's hard to find a decent mentor at running back, too, because once they hit the age where the game sets them as a mentor, they go down in overall so much. Like, look at Raheem Mostert, dude. He's all the way down to a freaking 61 overall now. But he's the only mentor that I could potentially sign, so Raheem, welcome to the squad. He just signed some better depth, though, so I'm going to go ahead and sign Jerome Ford to be Ashton Genty's backup. You also need a mentor alongside that wide receiver room. I mean, screw it, dude. Like, why not bring back Keenan Allen for another year? He didn't play at all, but hey, at least he was able to teach the youngsters a little bit. Jaron Reed to be a mentor at defensive end. And what a mentor to have for Xavier Watts. Honey Badger coming in hot. I forgot, I literally have like freaking one tight end in the entire team. Just going to sign the highest overalls. I think we're ready for Ben Johnson's second full season, dudes. Team coming in, 86 overall with an 88 offense and 84 defense. If some of our young guns can continue to progress, dude, I'm telling you, this team could shock everybody and make a push this year, at least go for a playoff berth. And we definitely could use a few more superstars on defense, but I feel like we can manage here. Give me 10 wins this season. A little bit of improvement from last year, 10 wins, and I'll take it, because that definitely would mean we make the playoffs, right? Well, fellas, I expected improvement, but not to a 13-4 record with a first-round bye. Oh my freaking gosh, literally in just his second season, Ben Johnson completely took over the NFC North. I've got to see how the frick this just happened. I mean, we started the season off with a loss, won 4 straight, then lost 3 straight, and I'm assuming that means we're on what, a freaking 8-9 game winning streak? We've beat some good freaking teams too, dude. We beat the Lions twice this season. We beat the Cowboys by 20. Beat the Packers at Lambeau, scored 49 points, and finished the season off with an 11-point dub against Josh Allen's Bills. So this team's playing their best football at the perfect time, dudes. I'm telling you, season 2 could be the year Ben Johnson brings the Bears to a Super Bowl. How did this happen, though? We had the second best offense in the National Football League, and I'm assuming our defense is about the same as last year. Well, safe to say we had a Caleb Williams breakout season, 51 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 73% completion percentage, almost 5,000 yards passing, and a lot of improvement from that offensive line. Only allowed 24 sacks this year. Now, on the ground, Ashton Genty actually hit 1,000 yards this year, only 6 touchdowns, though, kind of a disappointment. Caleb Williams put up some decent numbers on the ground himself. Now, through the air, we had Luther Burden, 21 touchdowns, 1,343 yards, 105 catches. Marvin Harrison, not too shabby himself, coming over in that trade for 95-year-old Kevin Zeitler. 88 catches, 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns. Look at Rome Odunze, almost had 1,000 yards himself, 12 touchdowns. Cole Kmet quietly having some good seasons, as is Ashton Jeanty, continuing to have good years through the air. He's every fantasy owner's wet dream. Remember last year, both our tackles gave up 14 sacks each. This year, to have a single starting offensive lineman give up double-digit sacks. Now, defensively, who did the good things for us? TJ Edwards led us in total tackles, but we only had one player get double-digit sacks. That's Montez Sweat. We're going to have somebody get to the quarterback more often if we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Now, I'm assuming with these numbers, dude, Caleb Williams had to have won MVP, right? Of course. Patrick to steal our thunder. How, though? How did Patrick beat out these freaking numbers? Well, that's how. 59 touchdowns. That's just psychotic. And are you kidding me, dude? Ben Johnson shafted for the coach of the year. There's no way he just brought the freaking Bears to a 13-4 record and yet they still give the coach of the year to Andy Reid. The Chiefs better have gone 17-0. The only way I'm gonna accept it. 15-2. Yeah, dude. No. Ben Johnson should have won it. Shafted. And Luther Burden with 21 receiving touchdowns got shafted out of the offensive player of the year. Caleb Williams came in fourth. Couldn't even win that. I gotta see, how did Puka beat out somebody with 21 touchdown catches? I guess because he had more yards and 24 touchdowns himself. So he shocked the entire world in Ben Johnson's second season. Got the first round bye. Got the 1 seed at 13-4. Yeah, we didn't have one single award winner. That means this team still has so much more to prove. All of our players playing with chips on their shoulders now. They all feel disrespected. But even if we somehow do win the NFC, are we going to be able to beat the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, who threw 59 touchdowns? Now, how much do these players progress this season? Caleb Williams already all the way up to an 88 overall quarterback. Didn't expect it. Luther Burden, the first one to hit 90. Both Marvin Harrison and Rome Odunze up to 83 overall. Ashton Jeanty, not quite a 90 yet, but almost there. Defensively, I don't think anybody really progressed that much. I mean, like to see Xavier Watts up to an 83 now. And again, you have to be over the freaking moon when your 5th round draft pick turns into a 78 overall in just about 2 seasons. That brings the squad up to an 88 overall, 91 offense with an 85 defense. Plenty good enough to go ahead and win the whole thing this season. The first bit of business, who we're going to be taking on in the divisional round. What does worry me as the 1 seed, obviously in the second round we play the lowest seed. I feel like the Eagles are probably going to upset the Cowboys here. And if they do that, it means we have to play the Eagles. And they're definitely not the 7th most talented team in this conference. And it's a team that's made the Super Bowl 2 straight seasons. Please, though, anybody but the Eagles, anybody but the Eagles, anybody but the Eagles, anybody but the Eagles, anybody but the Eagles. Yes! Oh, dude, I feel like this is a little bit of a rivalry. Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels going up against each other for a chance to compete in the conference championship game. I mean, yeah, Jaden Daniels is a superstar and all, but I gotta really feel like we have the better and deeper roster. We're just gonna sim straight through, brother. We've got to win this game. We have it at home. We're like on what? An 8-9 game winning streak. We're not gonna lose to the Commanders with a higher overall team, and we advance to the conference championship game against the Falcons. Falcons somehow beat the Cowboys in Dallas. We got past the Commanders 30-20. We outgained them by 100 yards, dude. It was no contest whatsoever. Caleb Williams by far outdueled Jaden Daniels, although they did bottle up our running game. And if we're actually going to want to make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, GNT's got to play better in the playoffs. Cole Kmet going off, Rome Odunze going off. Who do the Falcons even have at this point? They outgained the Cowboys by 50 yards. Michael Penix, oh my gosh. Forgot they have Bijan. He's such a good running back, dude. And I'm not gonna lie either, dude. They actually have more top-end talent than we do. But we by far have the more talented quarterback. I mean, he's only a legit 81 overall. Bijan's about to be a 99. Their wide receiver room is pretty freaking good too. Surely we got this though. Literally 1 win away from the Super Bowl. NFC Conference Championship time, and I'm pretty sure we're playing this game at home, obviously, and we're in the snow. Dude, we're literally like on a 10-game winning streak going into this one. Like, we can't lose. Here we go. Are we gonna make it to the Super Bowl in Ben Johnson's second season, or we're gonna have to go into a season number 3? 3-0. We can't settle for field goals. 7-3, 10-7, just like that. Oh, come on, please. Come on, please. Make it consecutive two-possession game. Oh god, tie game going into the fourth quarter. 13-10 the field goals. I'm not liking it. 17-13, 20-17 as time expires. What the frick just happened? I literally accepted defeat there. Falcons scored like a minute left. Was that a walk-off touchdown? Oh my gosh, dude, to send us into the freaking Super Bowl. I've got to see what the heck happened. Oh my god, 44-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Williams as time expires. It's destiny. We just made it to the Super Bowl on a Hail Mary. We made it to the Super Bowl on a freaking Hail Mary. Rome Odunze, you freaking legend. Build the statue. Build it. And Bijan Robinson, who, dude, our front seven locked him down all day. 20 yards. It's pathetic. Not my running back. I didn't even pay attention. Who even made it to the conference championship in the AFC? Of course, it's the Chiefs and Bills, a rematch of last year's. And to be fair, we just played the Bills a few weeks ago. We beat them at home by 11. So truth be told, I like my chances better against the Bills. We already beat them once. Just please don't be the Chiefs. Please don't be the Chiefs. They are unbeatable in this game. And it is the Bills, thank God. Holy crap, Josh Allen actually beat Patrick Mahomes twice in 2 years in the conference championship to advance to the Super Bowl. Like the Bills now and Josh Allen, they're trying to go back to back. Another close game though, dude. So, you know, the Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes rivalry has continued into the future in this rebuild. Patrick couldn't get nothing going. Now the question, can Ben Johnson keep the Bills from going back to back here and bring a Super Bowl back to Chicago? I do need to do some in-depth analysis here. Who do the Bills even have at this point? 99 Josh Allen, of course. And outside of that, though, I feel like we at least match up okay. They got some dogs on defense, but so do we. Speaking of, before we do get into the game to see if we win this Super Bowl, I want to see if we had any dev traits increased. They always do Super Bowl week. We had Caleb Williams and Luther Burden both turn into X Factors. Genty's up to a real 90 overall now. We had Cole Kmet become a superstar, and unfortunately nothing's changed on defense aside from Kyler Gordon randomly becoming a superstar. And Jalen Johnson lose his superstar? How did our cornerback 1 lose his superstar and our cornerback 3 gained his superstar? Dumb game. But here we go, Benjamin. Here goes nothing. No shot Josh Allen ends, what, an 11-12 game winning streak here? Wow, we can't make it this far and lose, dude. We just can't do it. We're on some sort of freaking miraculous run here. If we do not win this, I really don't feel like we'll make it back this far next year. So let's just win it right here, Benjamin. Let's go quarter by quarter here. Bills. Oh no, 7-0 just like that. And I don't know if we answered. 3rd and 10, 1st and 10. Come on, please. Please finish this drive in 6. Let's go, tie game. Jalen Johnson coming up huge immediately. Who needs superstar? And we get a touchdown first play to who else? Marvin Harrison. Oh, the Cardinals messed up big time. Can we get another pick here, Jalen? Back-to-back picks, please. 3rd and 11. 4th and 5 and a half to punt. Come on, dude. Let this be a Bills demolition. 4th and inches. Can you go for it? Okay, they're backed up on their own 1-yard line now. Can we get a safety? 3rd and 11. 4th and 8. They're going to have to pump their own 5-yard line. That gives the Bears incredible field position. Caleb Williams to Rome Odunze, and we get another touchdown. Let's go. This time Cole Kmet. Just please don't tell me the Bills score here with 30 seconds left in the half. Not even a field goal. No field goals. It takes us in the second half. No way we choke this right. Absolutely no way. Get the ball here and start the second half too. Come on, at least give me a field goal. Make this a 3-score game. Let's make it a 3-touchdown game. Rome Odunze, 28-yard strike as Caleb Williams is cooking. We missed the extra point. Gosh dang it, Cairo. All right, I'm not gonna lie. If we don't lose this game by a single point, I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna be so sad. And the Bills look like they're gonna strike quick here, boys. Just like that. It's a 13-point ball game. Oh no, just give me a field goal at least. If we lose this game, I don't want to lose by a single point. We are in field goal range now, heading into the 4th quarter. If we score a touchdown here, it could very well be a GG. 3rd and 4, Caleb Williams to an interception. Oh my God. That is the absolute worst case scenario here. Keep him out of the end zone. Please keep him out of the end zone. I actually beg. 1st and goal, touchdown Bills. If they score a touchdown, kick extra point, they come all the way back to beat us by 1 because Cairo's a moron. Just give me a field goal, please. 3rd and 6. Oh my gosh, what a 7-yard rush for a first down. Caleb, thank you. Oh no, give me a few more first downs. We're at midfield. 1st and 10. 2-minute warning, 2nd and 7, get another first down, and we are in field goal range. Come on. They have no timeouts remaining. 2nd and 11. First down, a penalty. This should be ball game. 2nd and 11, 3rd and 12. Super Bowl champion Chicago Bears, 27-21. Hold off Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, keeping them from winning their second straight. As, oh my gosh, dude, Benjamin Johnson in his second season as head coach of the Chicago Bears hoists the franchise back to the pinnacle of the sport. As if this is any real indication on how Benjamin's going to do in Chicago, I think Bears fans are going to be super happy. Now that rebuild might have been a little bit too easy, so you can click right here to watch me do a 10-year rebuild of one of the worst teams in the entire NFL. And talk about difficult. While you're still here, click that sub button, brother. I'm trying to pass Mr. Beast. I only need like 150 million more subs by the end of the year. We got this. I've been doing this for 15 years, brother. He gets more subs than I've gotten in my entire career in one day. That's psychotic.